Hi friends, it's time to learn our vocabulary words from our book, I Was So Mad by Mercer Mayer. Okay, the first word that we're going to learn is the word allow. Allow means to let someone have or do something. If you remember in this book, little Critter was not allowed to do things. He was not allowed to keep the frogs in the bathtub. He was not allowed to play in his sister's playhouse. He was not allowed to play in the clean white sheets. Let's go to page 20 and 21. At the end of the story, Critter was finally allowed to do something. What does Critter's mom allow him to do? Turn and tell your partner, what does she allow him to do? Remember, allow means to let someone have or do something. Right, she allows him to go play with his friends, go play baseball with his friends. All right, let's take a look at the picture card. And the word allow. So in this picture, there is a little carousel there, and the girl is saying, "May I?" And the dad is saying, "Yes, you may." So he's allowing her to go on the carousel. So our gesture for allow is going to be very easy. It just means that you can do something or have something. So we're gonna nod our heads for yes, okay? So we're gonna go allow. You try it. Allow. All right, so let me think back to when I was little. When I was little, I was allowed to have a hamster. When I was being responsible, they thought I was responsible enough, I was allowed to have a hamster, and I loved taking care of that. I was allowed to ride my bike to my friend's house all by myself. I was also sometimes on the weekends allowed to stay up late and watch TV. What are some things that you are allowed to do at your house? Go ahead and pause here and talk to your partner about things that you're allowed to do at home. So you'll say, at home, I'm allowed to. All right. Now I want you to think, I know you're not here in the classroom, but I want you to think about school. A lot of you have been to like VPK, or you kind of understand what school is about through our virtual classroom. And I want to know, what are some things that you're allowed to do at school? I want you to say, at school, you're allowed to tell your partner right now. I couldn't hear you, but you're probably right. All right, so what's the new word that we learned that means to let someone have or do something? Allow. Good. All right, let's learn our second word from the book. All right, our second word comes from this page. So in this part of the story, little Critter is so mad that he decides to run away. Do you remember that? Let's read it. You won't let me do anything. You won't let me do anything I want to do, I said. I guess I'll run away. That will show you, or that's how mad I was. Miss Bates can't read this morning, apparently. So he's so mad. Another juicier word for mad is to be frustrated. Right? So frustrated means you're mad or upset because you can't do something that you want to do. So in this book, his family isn't allowing him to do all the things that he wants to do. So he's just getting more and more frustrated. So it's a little bit more descriptive. It helps you understand the kind of mad he is. Right? All right, let's take a look at our picture card for frustrated. And our word, frustrated. It's a nice big long one, isn't it? All right, so in this picture, the girl is trying to reach the lock of the gate, but she can't reach it. I can imagine if you're trying to get out of somewhere and you're locked in, that would make you, and you can't do something, you're trying to take care of it yourself, but you just can't. that would make you feel really frustrated. So when we do our gestures, a lot of the times we kind of make them what the picture is. So in this one, we're gonna act like we can't reach something. So we're gonna be like, and another thing we do is we tell the kind of the definition with our face by what will we make our face do. So I want you to think about what it would look like to be frustrated when you say it and you reach, okay? So be like, frustrated. You try it. Frustrated. Good. All right. So, thinking back to when I was a kid and when I got frustrated, I remember one time my mom had given me a few chances to do something. It was probably clean up my room because my room was always a mess when I was a kid. And there was a birthday party I was supposed to go to a friend's house in the neighborhood, and I just didn't listen. So my mom put her foot down and said, I've asked you too many times, you're not going to this party. This made me so frustrated because I couldn't talk my way out of it. My mom had decided that was it. And I kept trying, which you probably do too, because my kids do it. Like, I'm gonna do it this time, I promise. I'm gonna be good from now on, right? Have you done that before? So my mom would not give in. So I was super frustrated. Like frustrated to where I started to cry, like that frustrated. But you know what? I did not go to that birthday party, but I listened to my mom afterwards. So I want you to think of a time that you were frustrated. So remember, frustrated is mad because you can't do something you want to do. So pause here and tell your partner, I was frustrated when, and then unpause me when you're done. All right, wow, that sounds like a really hard time. I'm sorry that you were frustrated. I hope you learned from it. All right, so we're gonna play Is Hector Frustrated? Do you remember Hector? He is our make-believe kindergarten student. And I'm gonna describe some things that Hector is doing at school and at home, and you're gonna decide whether Hector is frustrated or not. All right, here's your first one. Picture this. Hector wants to tell his mom a secret. She's talking on the phone and asks him to wait. He has to wait for a long time. Is Hector frustrated? Why or why not? So you're gonna either say Hector is frustrated because, or Hector's not frustrated because. Go ahead and pause and tell your partner. I have a connection with that one because I feel like at home, I'm busy a lot, and sometimes Evan will try to tell me something and I'll ask him to just wait until I finish because I can't listen to somebody else and think about what I'm doing at the same time sometimes if I'm really concentrating. But he has a hard time waiting. Sometimes I tell him, wait a minute, and he just keeps on telling me anyway. And that makes me frustrated, and it makes him frustrated. Goodness, my allergies this morning. All right, so I hope you said that he was frustrated because he really wants to tell his mom something, but he can't because he has to wait, and she's taking forever. All right, here's another scenario for you. Picture this. Hector is helping his friend find ladybugs. They are laughing and having fun. Is Hector frustrated or not? So you're gonna tell your partner, he's frustrated because, or he's not frustrated because. Go ahead and tell your partner now. All right, hopefully you said he's not frustrated because he's laughing and having fun. That is like the opposite of being frustrated, right? All right, last one. Picture this. Hector is writing a story. Suddenly, his pencil breaks. He can't find another pencil. He really, really wants to finish his story. Is Hector frustrated or is he not frustrated? Please tell your partner right now. Make sure to use frustrated when you talk about it. Yeah, I agree. That would be frustrating. He really wants to do something and he can't. And that's basically a definition for frustrated, right? Something you want to do, but you can't do it. All right, great. So what's the new word that we're learning that means there's something you want to do, but you can't? Do the gesture. Frustrated. And what was the word that we learned that means you can do something that you want to do? Allow. All right, come back tomorrow for 2 new words from our book. Bye, guys.